Well, joining us from Manchester, New Hampshire, Dr. Damian Olsen of the Catholic Medical Center is with us today via Skype to tell us things that he does. Doctor, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Great to be here with you guys.
So glad you could join us. CMC has done some great outreach work during this time of COVID. Tell us a little bit about CMC.
Yeah, so CMC is a Catholic hospital here. Catholic Medical Center doesn't get more Catholic than that in name here in Manchester, and a great little hospital. We have a practice here, Women's Wellness and Fertility Center, that my partner, Dr. Sarah Baskell, opened up going on 4+ years ago. And I'm happy to have joined the practice here, coming up on my 2-year anniversary here.
Can you talk about your journey, Doctor, as well, how your faith has guided your selection of your career and specifically OBGYN?
Sure, yeah. My faith has just been a very integral part of who I am. I was, fortunate to have been born into a Catholic family, and with, any big decisions I make, I bring them to people I trust, and I bring them before God. And, I had some Catholic schooling. I went to Franciscan University, and that kind of helped form my faith. And then, going forward from there, decided into medicine. And then once I was in medicine, I felt called to OBGYN, and initially was very resistant to that. I thought, it's going to be a challenging road to walk, and kind of ran away from it for a while, but then eventually was able to kind of embrace it and realize that, it really is a calling, and was a way that I could integrate my faith into my daily work life, and really be a big part of the pro-life kind of movement here in America.
Doctor, a lot of times people hear Catholic and then they hear fertility center, and they don't understand that the two can walk hand in hand. What are some of the challenges you face with that?
Yeah, that's an awesome question. And, I think a lot of people, in the Catholic Church may or may not understand that a lot of the artificial reproductive technologies aren't within the lines of the kind of teachings of the Catholic Church. And so they think that, there's really no options out there for people with fertility issues that want to live out their faith authentically. And what a lot of people don't realize is that there are a lot of treatments and interventions that can be done that help people keep their conscience and Catholic faith beliefs intact, and still can really improve women's fertility, and that's a big part of what we do.
If you could, too, Doctor, could you talk about the use of the Nappa Technology and how that makes your practice at CMC's Women's Wellness and Fertility Center kind of unique?
Yeah, that's a huge kind of backbone of the fertility services we're able to offer, and a lot of other things. So Nappa Technology was developed by Dr. Hilgers out in Omaha, Nebraska, and using that approach with Nappa Technology, we're able to diagnose and treat a lot of issues for women, whether it's infertility or abnormal bleeding or polycystic ovarian syndrome. There's a spectrum of diseases that we're able to address and treat in a much different way than kind of your standard OBGYN would in today's day and age. Our big goal with all of the treatments and interventions we undertake treatment of is to kind of get to the root cause of these issues, whether it's something hormonal or something structurally wrong that we have to address and correct to help them.
How has COVID affected your work? Because it seems to affect all of us in different ways.
Yeah, everyone's taken a hit and had their world turned upside down in different ways. It's ebbed and flowed throughout the course of COVID. Initially our practice really slowed down for a while. We were, stopping kind of the more non-essential visits and stuff like that. But obviously babies keep growing, and so we had to keep our obstetric patients coming in regularly. But ultimately, we've there's been some good that comes from it. We've really realized that we can reach a lot of other people outside of just the Manchester and New Hampshire area, all over New England, with remote telehealth and stuff like that. And we've really streamlined that practice in our office. We've had some challenges with some patients who have been ill, and managing how to work out keeping our office staff safe and stuff like that. But ultimately we're getting used to the new norm, and kind of have made some adaptations that have really, I think, benefited our practice in certain ways.
What's been the most rewarding part of your job, doctor, would you say?
One of the reasons I love OBGYN and what I do is getting to know people. That was a part of why I chose this field. For there were a lot of other reasons too, but I think just really getting to know patients through their pregnancies and even just their regular kind of gynecologic care has been really rewarding, and having that continuity to just establish a relationship. I think our relationships are what make our lives richer. And so to really bond with my patients and care for them throughout an entire pregnancy, and get to, be the first one to hold their baby at a delivery, and just share that joy with them. And so I'd say that's kind of been my most, my greatest reward.
Well, my wife and I have had the privilege of having 3 babies, so I know how wonderful of an experience that is. Where can people learn more about CMC and your work, doctor?
Yeah, we have through the website. If you just go to CatholicMedicalCenter.com, there's you can find our practice on there very easily. And our office staff is great too. If you have specific questions, concerns, and you can call our office about specific medical concerns, or just to get some more information. Our office is a great resource there.
Doctor, it's been a pleasure. You stay safe and keep up the great work.
Great. Thank you.